Good morning and welcome to Pomperog News. I'm your host, Jennifer Gombolevich. Today we will be looking at the horrifying natural disaster that took place in the innocent Disneyland, Florida, caused by none other than the notorious Hurricane Hartshorn. This just in, a heated debate is taking place over whether the people of America have lost a sense of the American dream, resulting in the dream's lack of purpose, throwing America into a time with no ultimate goal in sight in terms of opportunities, beliefs, and values. Here to comment on this is poetry expert Kevin Redline. Kevin?
Well, Jen, it seems like we have a very interesting poet in defense of that. Although born in Canada, the now 78-year-old Mark Strand has been studying and writing poetry since the 1960s.
Now, I understand that in 2011, Mark Strand wrote a poem pertaining to this argument.
That's correct. He wrote a poem entitled The Poem of a Spanish Poet. He actually made a video of it, too.
Well then, let's roll the clip. What do you mean we don't have the clip? Then go find it! So, how's life, Kevin?
It's alright. Hey, do you want to hear a funny story about my grandma?
That's okay. I don't really wanna...
So one time, we were at the beach, and my grandma was trying to...
I got the clip!
Oh, thank God! Roll it!
Poem of the Spanish poet. In a hotel room somewhere in Iowa, an American poet, tired of his poems, tired of being an American poet, leans back in his chair and imagines he is a Spanish poet, an old Spanish poet, nearing the end of his life, who walks to the Guadalquivir and watches the ships, gray and ghostly in the twilight, slip downstream. The little waves approaching the grassy bank where he sits whisper something he can't quite hear as they curl and fall. Now what does the Spanish poet do? He reaches into his pocket, pulls out a notebook, and writes, black fly, why have you come? Is it my shirt, my new white shirt with buttons of bone? Is it my suit, my dark blue suit? Is it because I lie here alone under a willow cold as stone? Black fly, how good you are to come to me now. How good you are to visit me here. Black fly, to wish me goodbye.
Well, that was horribly depressing. Any comments, Kevin Redline?
Well, Jen, we can see from Strand's poem that he agrees with the earlier assertion that the American dream lacks purpose. For example, in the very first line, he establishes the character of the American poet, going to say that he's tired of being one and would rather be a Spanish poet. This could be the result of the poet having no desire to write poetry on anything American, as they no longer have a dream of purpose. The Spanish, on the other hand, seem more appealing. Moving further along into the poem, Strand introduces the black fly, which is mentioned numerous times throughout the piece. I believe that the black fly is a symbol for the American dream, perfectly fitting into our assertion, as it depicts the American dream as a small, minuscule fly of neglectable importance. Its black color most likely demonstrates the American dream's lack of appeal to society, while things like a new white shirt and a dark blue suit are the new American dream, signaling the shift in values to something as materialistic as a good physical appearance. All in all, Mark Strand has done an excellent job crafting a poem that properly displays the loss of sense of the American dream. Back to you, Jen.
I wasn't sleeping. Poets aren't the only ones in defense of this assertion. We go live to Kevin for a look inside the arts world take on this.
I just talked about poets.
She was talking about me. Jen, after looking through many different American photographers, I came across a rather interesting photo. It's actually from an album called The American Dream. Now the photo itself was taken by Martin Miller, and I think it captures the assertion pretty well. What we see here is a man in a suit, showing high class and possible fortune. But look at his face. He's sad, unhappy, dreadful, depressing, miserable, gloomy.
Get to the point, Kevin.
So he's supposedly living the American dream, but he's completely unsatisfied with it. And look at that huge empty garage. Kind of symbolizes a void, giving you that feeling of emptiness. And where exactly is this supposed happiness? Well, it's way over there, off in the distance where the light is. Notice how the author uses perspective to make the light appear so far away. And take a look at all those pillars. They're all the same, conformity. Every person nowadays follows the same path and has the same dream. Yep, this is a pretty depressing photo, alright. I decided to step outside. The office is getting a little cramped. Back to you, Jen.
Gosh, art is so weird, isn't it? Good thing I double majored in English and rhetoric. In related news, many defenders of this assertion have cited American singer Billy Joel's 1978 song My Life as further proof of a diminishing American dream.
Oh God, I was supposed to get the Billy Joel song. I got it!
The lyrics said he couldn't go on the American way, closed the shop, sold the house, bought a ticket to the West Coast. Shows he didn't want to conform to the ways of society and instead chose his own path and created his own purpose due to the lack of direction. Although people often just go along with what they're supposed to do, never truly seeking happiness, this is an example where even if the world doesn't push you towards some sort of goal, you can step out of your comfort zone and create your own motivation to succeed in life, which people today aren't doing. Alright, you can turn the Billy Joel off now. I said turn it off. Kevin, I will kill you!
What did I do?
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Hello, I'm Pomperaug High School. I wanted to talk to you about some of the certain things you can expect when you enroll your child here at Pomperaug. Of course, they are hardly children anymore, but you get the picture. Now, your child's happiness is most important, right? Well, they sure will be happy with our wide variety of sports programs, as well as our brand new lockers. Also brand new is our security system, which will ensure your child's safety from all sorts of harm. We also have many classes that your child can take. I mean, just look at this catalog.
Oh, ha ha, very funny. So you think you could just steal the spotlight and duct tape me to a chair?
What? Of course not. Because here at Pomperaug, we have a zero tolerance policy for bullying.
I hate you.
I love you too.
And we're back. The hot topic of today's discussion: has the lack of purpose in the American dream shifted our opportunities, beliefs, and values of today? I have here Kevin Redline and Kevin Campoverde to discuss this matter. So Kevin, what's your take on this?
Well, Jen, after running home to get my textbook, which I conveniently left here, I personally think our opportunities, beliefs, and values have taken a spiral path downward. I mean, even though it was written in 1947, A Streetcar Named Desire by Tennessee Williams captures these really well. Take Blanche, for example. Here's a character whose only values revolve around money and beauty, and she's an absolute train wreck. She has no goals in life, or dreams, or anything. Well, she does have a dream. To look good. She doesn't have a purpose in her life, and that's her biggest flaw.
You know, and Blanche seems to be the exact opposite of what John de Crevecoeur says in his essay, What is an American? It says, the American is a new man who acts upon new principles, who must therefore entertain new ideas and form new opinions. Blanche doesn't have any new ideas or beliefs. She has the same ones that everyone else in America currently has. The good look to drive your character and the need to succeed in it.
Kevin, I hear what you're saying about de Crevecoeur, saying the American is someone who entertains new ideas and beliefs. And that is kind of what John Steinbeck is referring to in this quote. I believe it is because we have reached the end of a road and have discovered no new path to take, no duty to carry out, and no purpose to fulfill. Since everyone is following the same road, they believe they have reached their so-called goal and don't take another path. And according to de Crevecoeur, that means they lack the American dream.
I can see how that quote applies to today's opportunities. Nowadays, it seems like everyone's just following the same road because all the opportunities are open to them. Like how every high school graduate is expected to go to college when, back then, college was a big deal to go to. Opportunities seem to have lost their value because they're being diluted. What did you mean by believe they have reached their so-called goal?
Well, without the American dream, the people of today will never feel fully satisfied because they have no real ultimate goal in sight. Like what you said about Blanche. Arguably, her only goal was to have whatever she wanted and to look pretty.
I know. Ooh, I know.
Kevin, this isn't high school. You don't have to raise your hand.
I know, right? What do you think this is? An AP language and composition class?
I just wanted to mention a quote from De Crèvecoeur that sort of goes against Jen's opinion. We have no princes for whom we toil, starve, and bleed. We are the most perfect society now existing in the world. According to him, it sounds like the general public is satisfied.
I think they only believe that they're satisfied.
Satisfaction is one of their beliefs. They believe they need to be happy with their life to properly live. But the problem is that with that kind of belief, they will never be satisfied. Remember in the movie, when Blanche was dressed up in those feathers? And what was her reason? Because she got a telegram from an old admirer of hers that ended up being a complete lie? She had to make up her own fantasy, her own goal, if you will, to be happy. But in truth, she's not. That's why she lies about The Wire. And if you need a more modern example, just take every celebrity in the media today. They have the power and money and the looks, but exactly how many of them still were unsatisfied and resorted to things like drugs? Lindsay Lohan, Demi Lovato, Outkast, Eric Dane. I could go on forever.
Kevin, I hear what you're saying about the people of today never being satisfied because of their beliefs, and it reminded me of something Steinbeck said in his essay. We are also poisoned with things. Having many things seems to create a desire for more things. Steinbeck insists that we will never stop wanting things, so we'll never be satisfied.
That was deep.
Thanks.
Okay, so I guess that we can agree that opportunities have been diluted and lost their value. The values that people today have are very materialistic, and the beliefs that people believe in are a huge obstacle towards their own happiness.
And because of all of that, the real American dream is being lost in favor of the rather ugly one of being happy through physical needs and appearances, which lacks an overall purpose.
I'm pretty sure a dream can't be ugly.
Nobody was talking to you.
I was.
And that ends today's segment. Something actually newsworthy has just come up, and we have to end this segment short. We thank you for watching, and please tune in tonight for our report about an apparent cannibal eating a guy's face off.
Oh god, I heard about that.
It's totally the zombie apocalypse. You owe me $10, Jay.
Kevin,
Wait. Go.
Now, I understand.
No, wait.
Now that I understand. Now I understand that in. Stop.
I told you to look that way. Go ahead.
Okay.
Alright.
This is why I can't be an actress.
Now, the photo itself wasn't taken by Martin Miller. And I said wasn't taken. Yeah,
Oh, you were recording.
Oh no, I wasn't recording that.
You were recording.
No, I wasn't recording that.
Aww.
Thanks.
Slower.
It's like a
Thanks?
Thanks.
No, like. Oh, how about we remove the inflection, we'll just go. Now, the photo itself was taken by Martin Miller. I put my Martin Miller. Oh my god.
I was thinking that.
Alright, you stop. Alright.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Perfect. That's all I need. I should do another take, just in case.
I have heard. Damn.
Look at the camera.
Okay.
And we're back! Well, without the American dream, the people of today will never feel it. God!
Never.
I had it perfect, okay. Thanks.
Oh, not like that.
Last joke.
Kevin, this isn't high school. You don't have to raise your hand.
Now say it like you're a Smurf.
Kevin!
That sort of goes against Jen's opinion.
Opinion. Alright, start over.
Crazy.
I think they only believe that they're satisfied.
Curtis, you were singing in the middle.
Okay, so I guess we can agree. Okay. I got this.
Are you making side notes so that you remember to put it in the bloopers? Ugh, I hate this. Alright.